Rory at plus 800, Scheffler, JT, both at plus 700. Do you view this thing as a three-man tournament, or are people like Burns just not getting the respect?
Oh, no. Look, I mean, we could easily get a winner down the field this week. Whenever you get these shorter courses, one thing that happens is that, putting just gets amplified. I mentioned Carl Peterson. He was third in strokes gained putting that year. Again, we don't need to look at 2010 that much. The course is a little bit different, but it's not that much different. It's still a shorter par 70. So, you look down the field and, guys like Chris Kirk pop out, someone who can get really hot with the putter as well, really good around the greens. Patrick Reed is a player who's still at plus 6,500. We know he can putt. He's played a little bit better, but yeah, you can absolutely go down the board this week. I don't think you need to just be like, wow, Scheffler and Thomas are in the field. It's going to be one of them. If their putters just stay a little bit cold on these greens or they just don't figure it out, they'll be there, but they won't necessarily be making enough putts to stay up with someone who's gaining like 8 strokes on the field. So there's plenty of viable plays down the board. If you're going with someone like below 2,000, I would probably look at Fitzpatrick or Burns. Obviously, we don't love taking Matthew Fitzpatrick at plus 1,600, but this course is just gonna make it kind of like a putt fest, and Matthew Fitzpatrick probably is the most elite putter of the top 8.
Collin, you agree there's some guys that aren't getting the proper due right now?
Yeah, again, Geoff, my fellow Canadian, stole my thunder here. I love Patrick Reed at plus 6,500 this week. He's a guy who can really roll the rock, and that price is just too high. When he gets in a groove, he plays really well. Now, he's not exactly fun to root for. So if you're doing this for small money, like it's tough to get out there and cheer on Patrick Reed in like any capacity. But he can play. If you're trying to make some money, I think at plus 6,500, he's definitely the value this week. The other one is Harold Varner. I think he's a guy who does not get enough credit for his short game. He's a guy who is really striking the ball well. Yeah, a little bit of a letdown at the PGA, but I think he's got the game that he could be in contention this week. Again, another one of those guys that I really don't love it to win, but it's like a top 10 at plus 200. Somewhere in that range, I think he could have some value for sure.